and Steph's Rock Show on Instagram and YouTube. This is my friend Robin. Say hi, Robin. Cheers.
Hello.
We're hanging out. We are fellow moms, and we decided we wanted to talk about mental health. Something that everybody needs to talk about. Thankful, we were saying earlier that our generation has had more opportunities to be open about it and to go to therapy and to be honest. We have unique situations. Ours are different, but I don't have parents. They're alive. They're not dead. I'm not an orphan. But my dad has walked out of my life. He's a narcissist and crazy. And I've chosen to set boundaries with my mom and not have her in my life. So kind of wanted to just talk about it's okay to have a blood relative that you don't have in your life if they're toxic and they're not healthy for you. And it's okay to put yourself first and be a good parent. I have kids. She has kids, and how to raise them and just kind of be there for them. But what's your situation? I mean, do you talk to your parents?
My relationship with my mom is pretty interesting. It's unique. When I was 5, she walked out of my life. I lived with my dad for a couple years, and then he left for several years. And my grandparents raised us for a little bit, my brother and I. And then I was in foster care for a little bit.
Wow.
And then after that, I moved in with my dad again after high school. I lived with my aunt and uncle for a little bit, and then so I've been kind of all over. I've had a lot of influences and a lot of situations growing up, a lot of different experiences and environments that have influenced who I've been able to come today.
Yeah. And we're saying too, we think like when you're younger, you accept a lot. You say, this is my mom and dad or my grandparents or your caretakers, whoever is caring for you. You're like, this is what is acceptable, like the love I'm getting. And I think when you're older in general, you can figure it out. Or when you become a parent, I know for myself, not till I had my own kids did I look back at my childhood and go, I don't think my parents wanted to be parents. I don't think they honestly wanted to be around me. They wanted me in a room with a video game, nowhere near them. They were very unhappy and stayed together for the kid. And that's horrible. Your kids want to see happy parents. So no matter what that looks like, make sure that you're happy with yourself and you're true to yourself so your kids see the best version of you. And it's okay. When I tell people, oh, I don't really talk to my parents anymore, I don't have parents, they instantly think they're dead. Or not dead. It's okay to set the boundary of this person is mean and needs to heal and doesn't like life and isn't proud of you or happy for you. And if someone's not rooting for you, whether it's a parent or a friend, don't have them in your life. You know what I mean? Like you want, life is hard enough. You want cheerleaders in your corner. You don't want people bringing you down.
Right,
yeah.
People that believe in you. And even if you have a past or made bad decisions, people that can still lift you up and see the greatness that you have and what you can do in the world. And that despite, we're all human, we make bad choices and decisions, but it's what we decide to do moving forward and the choices that we make that, show who we are, and actions speak louder than words. And I just think that it's important that you follow your heart and what makes you happy, and your children too. Like if you have children, you need to take care of them and look after them and teach them. You can't just expect them to know or understand. Like something I've had to learn, because I grew up so many different places, is I was never taught. I was just told or expected or yelled at, do this, do this, do this. And you're never like, well, how do I do it? So I've had to learn to, I can't just tell my kids, you need to calm down and be quiet. Like I have to show them like, hey, it's okay. Just slow down, stop breathing. Let's get an activity out. Let's start
how to
doing
regulate
this.
your emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't have that growing up, and that's something I've had to learn as an adult. And I think that it's hindered me a lot in life, but it's definitely something that I'm overcoming, and I'm glad that I have friends and family that I can create in my own life, like you and your children, that, since we've been friends, we've had so many close conversations and insights, and
we can relate to each other,
yeah.
Like we don't have a lot of help. It's kind of like us on our own, and we want to help other people and do things for them. But like when we reach out for family members, even for help, sometimes it's hard. It's not there. And it's shocking to me because I would help my kids all the time. And I also want my kids to know too, like we make mistakes. I make mistakes, and the boomers have a hard time admitting to mistakes. I don't know what it is, but They think they're perfect. Nobody's perfect. I want them to know when, like, oh, I'm tired or I messed up or I'm sorry. Saying the words I'm sorry are very powerful, especially when you mean it. And I love therapy. And I also just want anyone listening right now, if you feel alone or out there, like you don't have a lot of family, or you feel like, especially during the holidays, everyone's with their family and you're not, you can reach out to the hotline. I'm going to put it on this post. You can text and call me anytime. I'm available a lot, and I would love to talk to you and work through anything, because we all get down and have downtime sometimes. And it's important to tell somebody, hey, I'm having an off day, I'm having an off week, I'm having an off year, whatever it is, to share that information before it gets too bad or you're kind of on your own. So I just hope we become better parents than our parents. And like our kids aren't dealing with issues that we're dealing with adults, because your second half of life shouldn't be trying to heal yourself from your first half of life, right? You can hear them upstairs. They're having fun. Mommy wine night.
Cheers. No.
What's your advice? Do you have any advice like for parenting as a kind of a lone wolf parents?
Yeah, I think that something as a parent that was important for me to realize is that, we're not perfect. We're not human. We don't know everything. And sometimes, we are the problem. It is our approach. It is, the kids learn from us. So if you're seeing something in your children that you don't like, they're being exposed to it somewhere, either in your knowledge or not in your knowledge, and you have to kind of get in tune with that and educate them on either if you are seeing this, it's inappropriate or not appropriate in this manner, and why. Something like for my children, they like to play video games that are violent. My younger kid, he's very hyperactive, playful. He likes to make little gestures with his hands that are inappropriate, and he got talked to in class, and they told me like, hey, they're playing games and this is not okay. And I had to tell him like, listen, this is why I don't allow you to do certain things, because it's not okay, and you don't have the capacity to understand why it's appropriate or inappropriate. And I know that you like it and that it's fun, but at the same time, you're too young to understand how to use it and why it's not okay. So I can't let you do that,
Yeah.
and I just have to explain to them. I think it's something as parents growing up, I was always told like, no, or you can't do it. We were never explained, or no one ever took the time to be patient and just talk to us.
Or an open dialogue, not just you can't do this. I remember being like fearful of my dad, just afraid, not like open, hey, why can't I do this? So why is this not acceptable? Or like, what would happen if this happened? Or also talking about like deep emotions. We're saying too, like our parents were very afraid to talk about deep emotions or the reality of the situation, or kept secrets from us because they were insecure people that didn't want to face reality, and things can be fixed if you're open and honest. And so I'm just like a crazy amount of communication with my kids. Like my kids probably know too much. Like, oh, today is a good day for me. Today's an okay day for me. Or how are you doing today mentally? I love having that conversation with my kids, that it's just open on the dinner table. Did you have an off day today? That's okay. Do you want to talk about it or you don't? Like, do you need time to chill by yourself?
But I think that's one of the most important healthy things to have in a family, is just that ability to connect and be honest and real and upfront, where you can say like, hey, I had a rough day. Like I come home from work and I'm like, listen, kids, I'm overwhelmed. I need a timeout. It's not you, it's me. My system's overloaded and I can't handle much right now. I'm going to give you a snack. You guys come, do something for 20-30 minutes. I'll be back out. We'll make dinner and connect later. And then I'll say, what was something you liked today? What was something you didn't like? Well, why did you like that? Or why didn't you like that? Would you like it to happen again? Well, why or why not? So I can understand what they enjoy throughout their day, so that I can produce that again for them in the future. I think that little things like that, just trying to make their everyday life better, is bigger than just showing up with a gift or an item that is like materialistic. Really listening. Yeah, just
quality time is so important for kids. I know it's important for me. And so I like to give like quality time and physical touch are my love languages. I definitely know I love spending time with my kids. Like it's really important, and that I'm like quiet and listen, and that you're open and honest. Like sometimes I'm paying all the bills, I'm cleaning the house, I'm walking the dog, and I'm exhausted, by the time it's like pick the kids up or we've got sports and we've got other things going on. And so I'll be like,
HOA
hey,
managing,
yeah,
presidenting.
Yeah.
You got your hands.
I got a
full.
lot,
You got a lot
going on. Podcasting,
swim lessons,
and
baseball.
so yeah. It's like
basketball.
sometimes I'll be like, mommy needs a 30-minute nap, and I will legit take a 30-minute little
Well,
breather
and then you
and then
need
get back up.
you time. You got to find time for
Yeah.
you to recharge, to take
No,
care
single moms don't have you time. I don't think that exists. I wish. Well, speaking of you time, we are going to check on the kids, and they just finished dinner and probably look at homework and get them to bed. But thank you so much, Robin, for stopping by the podcast and saying
Thanks for
hi.
having me.
And reach out to me again, guys, anytime. If you're having an off or bad time, don't hesitate to text or call the hotline.
Yeah, reach out to her hotline. Stephanie is a great resource. I love reaching out to her
Thank
for
you.
conversations on anything, even if it's just to bullshit or to vent or whatever. One thing I've liked is she doesn't judge, and she does.
I don't
She
judge. My
makes,
life is
she
a hot
always makes
mess,
me
and I've
feel
had a lot of
comfortable.
issues. So I will not judge what you're going through. I will listen and be like, yeah, I've probably been there.